22nd, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is Taiwan's limit for purchasing BNT vaccines. President Tsai had an interview with me yesterday, and we talk about Taiwan purchasing the BNT vaccine, which involves the limit for cross-strait issues. And what is the so-called bottom line? Here are some points. And actually, when we're talking about A, is Taiwan going to sign a contract with Shanghai Fuxing? President Tsai answered the question, and she said Taiwan will follow the market mechanism. My interpretation for that is, since Shanghai Fuxing has the distribution rights of BNT in Asia, I think President Tsai kind of implied that Taiwanese government will authorize private enterprises such as Foxconn and TSMC to sign a contract with Shanghai Fuxing. Well, after purchase, they can donate the vaccines to Taiwanese government. B, a more sensitive question is, what if the contract doesn't include the participation of Taiwanese government? Will Taiwanese government accept it? President Tsai said it involves the problem of legal immunity. Well, it is complicated and need to be further discussed. I think the problem is, she talked about that if they don't sign the contract with Taiwanese government, who is going to be responsible for the legal issues after the vaccination? But if they do sign the contract with Taiwanese government, will China step in and interfere? Well, we will wait and see. From my perspective, I think it is already a political issue instead of a public health one. Here are the top stories. Today we have 78 domestic cases and 6 deaths. First, I want to talk about U.S. reviews plan for sharing 55 million vaccine doses globally. We know that the White House announced plans to share 55 million doses of vaccines with more than 50 countries, including 16 million of them will go to countries in Asia, including Taiwan. And there's a saying that the 2.5 million doses Taiwan received earlier had included the 1.75 million doses from the second batch. It seems like Taiwan's portion has been taken priority. At the same time, United States State Department announced that we will stand with Taiwan. Well, U.S. State Department spokesperson Ned Price said that Beijing continues to intimidate the people of Taiwan, and we will continue to stand with Taiwan. Our support for Taiwan is rock solid. We support Taiwan just as the United States stands with the people of Hong Kong when Beijing is strangling freedom of speech and dissent in Hong Kong. We're talking about Hong Kong, Taiwan's Hong Kong office to continue with single officer. Taiwan's Mainland Affairs Council Chief Chiu Tai-shan said that the unreasonable demand by the Hong Kong government for our officials to sign the One China document is the major reason why we have to adjust our operations in Hong Kong. Taiwanese government stands firm in guarding national dignity. On the other hand, Hong Kong Apple Daily on the brink of closing down. We know that Hong Kong police arrested 5 senior editors and executives of Apple Daily under the city's national security law last week, and the company could shut down this weekend if authorities do not agree to the board's request to unfreeze its assets. I think it is a serious violation of freedom of the press in Hong Kong. In the end, we can see the United States warning China will face the international isolation if no cooperations on coronavirus origin probe. U.S. National Security Advisor Jack Sullivan said that either China will, in a responsible way, allow investigators in to do the real work of figuring out where this came from, or they will face isolations in the international community. And the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki also criticized China, and she said the global community has taken notice. We're going to work together to exercise the necessary pressure on China to be a participant and to probe transparent data and assets in this case. That will be the view for today. I hope you guys have a nice night, and I'll see you again.